Two of the top teams in the nation set to square off and see who has the upper hand, at least for the moment. A top 10 in-conference showdown awaits. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Oregon Ducks, taking on one of the top teams in this conference, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Ducks will get us started with the opening kickoff. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Nebraska Cornhuskers offense will dial up the first ball plays in this one. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Using the quick game. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. And the Huskers are in the hurry-up.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Got his man in the middle. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards, added up for a first down.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone, or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
It's pretty obvious what's at stake here, guys. A top 10 matchup, winner, good shot at the playoff, and the loser is probably going to need some help.
Yeah, so further cementing your resume, making that exclamation point on the schedule, giving that committee something to look at and go, here's a top 10 win. This is a big deal for my schedule. Big proving moment.
And that's why you play football for one of these two programs, for games like this, for the opportunity to reach the college football playoff. You knew these two teams were on a collision course. That's the opportunity ahead of you to go get it done in front of a lot of eyeballs watching. Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. And they can't make the connection on fourth down, and they'll turn it over. So the Oregon Ducks offense will get the ball for the first time. And it was a collection of highlight reel plays time after time last week. He'd love to do that again, David.
Oh, there's no doubt. He showed you he's capable. He showed you the big play ability, and he can make those big plays for this offense. And I think the offense is going to continue to look for him. Like, he is that guy outside that they can trust. Interesting to see, Jesse, the wrinkles off of the way they used him, and if he's going to continue to be the focal point of this offense.
I think he should continue to be the focal point, but I do think they have to move him around. You got to show some different looks, some different formations, get him in motion, stack releases, find him some access, because there's no doubt this guy can run routes, he can catch the football, and he's dangerous after he has the football. So let's see some added wrinkles in what this offense and how they take the next step based on what he did last time.
Moore will throw. Gets it out fast. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
The Ducks look to keep this drive humming. They're going to ride this running back. Not just hard-nosed running, that's cement-nosed running as he gets it to the 25. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive...
Oh, he's got some space. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
You have got to have pass rushing lean integrity when you face this quarterback. On third down, someone gets out of his gap right up the middle. It's easy.
Looking for the end zone. And he slips the first defender and picks up a handful of yards. These fans raising the volume on second and goal. The quarterback sneak looking to eke out a few yards. Sneak gets it done.
It's just so nice to have a signal guard who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play.
I heard Titan was drafting you.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense
Titan.
will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Fires to the big fella.
Fuck. Nebraska's just moving the fucking football on me.
The senior makes a play after the grab.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his team.
I'm in a NCAA game.
Because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through one tackler, but there were more there to greet him. The Cornhuskers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Dropping back, it's Berry. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical...
Unless my fellow commish doesn't care if I quit.
Receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
The Huskers will punt this one away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. They'll wrap him up and bring him down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first quarter. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing ends of the field. Power football with the run. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23, a pickup of 4.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The Ducks in the hurry up. On third and short, they'll ride the running back here. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Well, as a defense, you know this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting first downs because they can pick them up in a variety of ways, including running the football. You have got to be physical when facing off against this offense.
Just has a knack for hitting that move on time. He's out to the 33. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
What y'all do to him?
They can pump that and take a shot down the field, and don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Moore to the air. Going to throw it over the top of the knee. Catch inside the 30 and still running. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone.
Is he ranked?
Beat the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
I barely looked at it.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays.
Turning it on! Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Fights off a defender. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. No huddle offense to the line. Let's talk.
Any grade outs today?
They've gotten deep into the conference race, sitting on top of the standings right now. That conference championship game is starting to loom large.
It is, and there's so much at stake, right? Like knowing in the 12-team playoff that I have a chance to get a bye, right? If I can win my conference, so a lot at...
Unloads it downfield. Intercepted deep in his own end. Got room on the return. Stopped right at the 40-yard line, and this defense celebrating the turnover.
29 driving looks wicked.
Man, that's number 5 on the season, consistently making plays for his defense. Always a guy where we're going to be calling his name over and over again.
Got enough for the first. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Man, I want to be a running back in this offense. When you take that handoff to the right, you see that blocking and all the holes open up. That's a good sight for a running back.
You've heard of read and react. I think the defense read it. They just didn't react very well.
Well, when you got that kind of a line, just all that push they're getting on that right side, they just pushed the defensive lineman back, got the linebackers laps, and man, oh man, it was brutal up front.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
Moore will throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Ducks trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but he'll be stopped inches short.
Second quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too, and you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got a play you practice all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
A designed run for the quarterback. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Not a lot of time left here. into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard, you're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity to create some momentum, cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
To the ground with the back. Fighting off the defender. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oaks. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. On that last drive, 4th and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
They were so anxious and eager to get back on the field. They know they left points on the board. To let that one get away from them, they look like they are pumped up and ready to go here, David.
And listen, it was a good drive, so you got to remember that. But they got to realize, I got to get points. When I get in those areas, I got to capitalize. And they wanted a touchdown last time. This drive, they can go make it happen.
Working that left side. He stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese.
But we don't gotta make you look slow.
There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, and now the defense is really on its heels. Oh, they're after him. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. The Ducks racing to the line in the hurry up. Moore to the air. Throws to the tight end. Got it in the middle, it's Johnson. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He caught it. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lincoln, but let's just go with notable. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is
What kind of water? Bath water?
This defense has the solution. And with that, back to the sea of red and our guys at Memorial Stadium.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive.
Isn't Dark like fucking 16?
So much for the idea of halftime settling down this crowd. They are ready to roll in the second half. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Looking to fire. Scrambling away. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Pulls it in, it's Perry. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains, they mark it at the 29. How aggressive will they get on 1st and 10? The gift to the back. They knock him down after he picks up 5 out to the 34.
Tight end's hurt again.
On the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Hand off from the shotgun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going. it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Turns it on in midfield. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you got that lead.
Breaks into the open. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. The Ducks pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll go to the ground. Got enough for the first down and wants more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Moore will throw. Blasted as he lets it go. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. And the extra point was good to finish things off. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. They'll start this drive with a pass. Finds his man. It's Nelson. Continues to fight for yards. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49. A big pickup there. And the Huskers want to crank the tempo.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Wants to throw on third down. Caught over the middle. It's Nelson. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. DB's right up on the receivers. Caught in the backfield, it's Mills. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Dropping back, it's Berry. Quick strike complete. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there. Well, and he gets stuffed on that QB sneak. He's just not doing a really good job of reading the crease and finding a little space to kind of tuck into and drive his feet. He's just running himself into a wall there.
Boy, how about the big boys up front?
Big man has it as a first down and more. Touchdown, Cornhusker. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And I like the decision to go for it. And I think a lot of people probably thinking this close to the goal line, 4th and goal, they're going to power it in. Nice job. They had this play ready. They go with the pass. Nice throw, nice catch. Huge job and huge execution on 4th down.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Gets it out quickly. Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup.
This is so interesting right now watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
And the Ducks will have it 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the back. They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Strong run, picks up 6 down to the 22-yard line.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
And this drive feels like it's just gone on forever, right? The clock is just ticking away. The defense is aware that...
There he goes! He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stops.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Yeah, and this is where the offense just breathes. Just take your time, huddle up. I'm in absolutely no hurry. I got the lead. I want to continue to run.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon. They put another one on the board here in the 4th quarter. And how about this team? Just a lone blemish on the resume and about to go to 10-1. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, rivalry game in the SEC. Of course, that's almost redundant in that league. But check this out. Florida managed to avoid being gator bait by scratching and clawing their way to a narrow victory. This wasn't the blowout some had hoped for, but it sure beats the alternative.
Looking to throw it, Sperry. Thanks to grab.
Going to be very interesting to see what the fallout from this one is, because as we know, you can't lose games in the SEC like this without some blowback.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Back to pass on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play has this offense in business. Offense threatening 1st and 10 from the 31. Looking to throw on 1st down. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Wants to keep it in the air. Got him downfield. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. The Cornhuskers headed quickly to the line. He's looking to throw. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
The Ducks with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. He unleashes a long way. He's got it down the left. Turning on the Jets. The 10. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds. And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Moore. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Moore to the air. One last incompletion, and that'll do it. Guys, I think we all expected this game to be close. Couple of teams of this caliber, but boy, what a statement by the underdog in this one.
And there's going to be a big movement in the rankings after that performance. That team that got the win today, they are going to get moved ahead of their opponent. It's one thing to beat a ranked opponent, David. It's one thing to blow the doors off of them. That was impressive.
It's impressive. It's huge for them. Obviously, we know what's going to happen when they're going to move up the charts, but the other side is equally as depressing. I mean, they're going to fall like a rock. This wasn't even a competitive game. This is a bad day, and the rankings will reflect it when they come out.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Alright, I'll be on later. I have to hop off. Let me know if you're all on tonight.